This month, I'm going to be chatting to Nicky about the new album coming from the Manic Street Preachers that features Richard Hawley on vocals. And this particular record I'm about to play, Life Feels Alright, from where I'm sitting. And I did catch up with Nicky just ahead of the show, actually, and I asked him how he was doing.
I'm alright, yeah. I'm just on a video shoot in deepest Wales, so excuse me if I cut out, but I think I'm pretty solid.
That's fine. The video shoot for one of the forthcoming singles from the album?
Indeed, yes.
Which one?
Show Me the Wonder.
Oh, it's going to be that one. Fabulous. So can you paint the scene for me, or will that be giving away too much?
It's like being transported back into the 70s, basically.
Amazing.
So it's Starsky and Hutch meets Scooby-Doo.
Oh, nice. And you've got a beautiful day for it as well, so everything's looking up.
It's very hot and sweaty down here at the moment.
Lovely, lovely, lovely. So, of course, we've already played the beautiful record featuring yourselves and Richard Hawley on vocals as well, Rewind the Film, on the XFM evening show. And I wanted to just have some time with you just to ask you a little bit about how that collaboration came to be, because when you hear it, it just seems like, why did we never do this before? It's just such a perfect pairing, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, it is. We've been lucky over the years to have a few duets that really clicked, you know, with Nina Persson or with Ian McCulloch. But this one, James had sort of bonded with Mr. Hawley. We wrote a track for the Shirley Bassey album, and Richard did as well. And I think at a gig, the Electric Proms, I do believe, that him and James got chatting and said, oh, it'd be great to do something one day. And we wrote this track, Rewind the Film, and I had written the vocal line. And all these kind of melancholic words, and James said, I didn't want to sing it, it's just that I came up with a vocal line, and James said about Richard doing it, asked him straight away, and God, it was the easiest thing we've ever done. He did it in about 3 takes. He came down to Cardiff, absolute gentleman, and that kind of rich baritone 60s Johnny Cash, Scott Walker thing, I just think works beautifully.
Rewind the Film from the Manic Street Preachers featuring Richard Hawley on vocal duties, who was also incredible when I saw him last night at Somerset House as well. That is going to be the 11th studio album from the Manic Street Preachers themselves, and it's the first of 2 new albums they recorded this year as well. I was speaking to Nicky earlier on today, and we were talking about the recording process, and I said you recorded some in Cardiff and then some in Berlin as well.
Yeah, we've done it in Rockfield in South Wales in our own studio, in Cardiff faster, and in Berlin as well, in Hansa, which was, we were doubling up there. We were working on the second album, which comes out next year, which is the more sort of European album, but we did knock off 2 or 3 tracks out there as well, because it was just so inspirational and working so quickly and stuff. So we've been very, you know, we knew we would. Taking time off has given us a chance to kind of just fall in love with writing songs, you know.
Absolutely.
It's one thing we've never had a problem doing.
Yeah, well, I think the last time I caught up with yourself and James, it's when you had your singles collection coming out, and we had a lovely, like, long interview about that. So yeah, it has been a while, but I guess how is it feeling now, like doing the video, doing interviews, getting it out there? It must just be such a nice feeling to be back in the process again.
And it's lovely to be back. There's also an immense amount of fear as well, because, you know,
really?
We haven't released. Well, yeah, the last original album was Postcards from a Young Man, which was pretty much 3 years ago. So it's that excitement mixed with fear and proving yourself. And we tried to come back with something dramatic this time, I guess. I think 6.5 minutes of uplifting heartbreak with a guest vocalist.
Yeah.
So we didn't want to try and force a hit single or anything. We just wanted to do something which for us is a different phase of the band. Yeah,
definitely. It must just be so nice to be able to sort of put that out and just say this is not going to be, you know, a focus single, but this is, you know, one part of the record, how it's going to sound. Because I've heard it's kind of like almost split in 2 parts. There's some really upbeat stuff like Show Me the Wonder, and then also more kind of atmospheric, kind of cinematic phases as well. Is that true?
There's a lot of sparse, acoustic, delicate, a track with Lucy Rose duets on, called The Sullen Welsh Heart. There's a track called Four Lonely Roads that's totally sang by Kate LeBon. So yeah, which is very folky, really, for us.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of delicate. Show Me the Wonder is probably the kind of most upbeat track on the album, but it's pretty miserable stuff.
Yeah, but that's what we all like, isn't it? I like that. I know that's the thing I put on when I get in. And you've announced obviously some live shows as well in support of this, and you're going to be in Newport, Dublin, Belfast, Bristol, London, Glasgow and Manchester at the Ritz, and you're taking up public service broadcasting with you. Yeah, they've just been a real favourite of Sean's, and we've all grown to really like them, and we just took a punt on asking them, and it's just a really different band. They just seem to, I don't know, pretty indescribable kind of music, really. It really is, yeah. Rare in this day and age. Yeah, exactly, which is so refreshing, isn't it? It's so good. And obviously we look forward to seeing you headline Festival number 6 as well in Portmeirion, which I can only imagine is going to be the most interesting, creative weekend ever, because I've never been, and it looks like quite an adventure for the eyes. It does, yeah, and hopefully we'll have a few special guests. I mean, the tour we're doing is pretty intimate. It's not like we're trying to come back in kind of sort of small way, really, for us, just to break ourselves in, because we've been away for such a long time, and I'm sure, come next year there'll be some kind of bigger touring events, but we just wanted to come back. The album is kind of intimate and delicate, and we wanted to reflect that with the shows we're doing, really. Yeah, definitely. Oh, well, I can't wait to hear it. I've only heard the single, obviously, and we played that on the show, but we'll be doing the same again tonight. It's a beautiful thing. Thank you so much for your time. I much appreciate that. I know you're really busy, so thank you. That's okay. It's a pleasure. Really nice to speak with you. I think we had time, wasn't it? That's right. Yeah, that's right. In Birmingham. I remember. I remember your voice. Cheap Joe Wiley. That's what it is.
Show with Danielle Perry.